already?
And then nothing. It just fell off from there down.
All the way?
All the way.
Wow.
And it was gone. Just like that.
Are you going to go see a doctor for that?
No,
or?
it's gone. It fell off.
There's nothing you can do when it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
If
gone.
you could find it, they could maybe sew it back on.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean...
Welcome to Trailer Talk! And that's our cold open, folks. You're just going to have to guess what we're talking about.
And it's not even cold out.
It's cold in here. We just got our air conditioning on.
It's so I could wear a hoodie in the summertime.
that's
It was
fair.
one of those things where you like, did we really have to buy that? Did we really? And Drew gave me that one. Did you really have to buy that? And now he's like, that's the best thing we ever
No,
bought.
I did not say that.
You did say that.
No, I'm the guy I'm the one who called and bought it. I literally set it up. I literally bought the thing. I mean, I used your credit card, but I bought it. If you don't know, this is PJ. Say hi, PJ.
Hi, PJ.
And then we have Pagan and hey, and then Stephanie.
Hello.
Hello, yay! And I'm
Hello.
Drew. This is Trailer Talk. I don't know if you've never been to the show before.
You're like a lot of people.
You're probably like a lot of people. Yeah, you're probably in the majority, but that's okay. You know, this is a show where we talk about trailers. We're going to be talking about two today. The
Winnebago's and
Bikeriders.
Airstreams? Oh.
The Bikeriders?
Yeah.
Oh, that's upsetting.
The Bikeriders.
Is that an 80s throwback? It's a
So-
spin-off to E.T.
Do they
It
ride
might be the
bicycles
worst title
or
ever.
motorcycles?
But it's based off a book. Well, of the same name.
Maybe we
And then
should
we'll-
have like a little chart of like worst title ever. Like, and we'll just give them
Yeah,
like
that
some
would
soup
be good.
cans
Like
at the end
a
of it. Like
soup
they'll just have a
cans,
little
yeah.
soup can award.
The Bikeriders, that was a placeholder, and it stuck.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a novel title, so yeah.
Yeah, they were kind of like, well, we'll just call it the name of the book that
novel,
it's based
yeah.
on. But then
Yeah.
There's
they
a
were
few
like-
of those. There's a few of those in the software series that were placeholders. I'll come back and change that, and now they're there forever.
virus on
Fixing it in
Upsetting.
post.
virus on your genitals.
The
One.
Nudniks, that was a
Nud-
placeholder.
Oh, Nichols was a placeholder.
Placeholder,
I
yeah.
think that one should stay though.
Yeah,
That's a
it
cute
is.
one. I
It
like
did.
it.
And then we'll also be watching No One Will Save You.
Oh.
Which
Yes.
seems so scary and
It
tiny.
does kind of seem scary,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Does not
similar to
sound
that
like a fun
movie.
time.
No one will help you.
You won't be alone, or you don't
Help.
You
Help
help to be
now.
alone.
You'll
Did
never
you
be
watch that
alone.
movie? That Russian movie I
That
told
Russian
you to
movie
watch?
that you
No, I
promoted
don't
last
watch
week
any
and
of
can't remember the name of.
Did anybody watch it?
No, no one
No.
watches your recommendations.
did
It's,
an
it's a funny way of
awful
saying
job.
Pretty Little Liars.
I'm just
Everyone,
It's an
Watch
odd
what
way.
Stephanie
It's an odd
recommended.
way to say Pretty Little Liars. Skylar's got me into Secession.
Oh.
really? You
Yeah.
like it?
It's kind of like I like it occasionally, but there's a lot of the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. I couldn't get into it.
You know,
Everybody.
well, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy for you, kind of.
yeah, that's good.
You know, normally, guys, I mean, we're going to talk about trailers in a minute, but normally we talk about a little bit like what's going on in the news, like, you know, in TV and movies and stuff like that. There's really not much going on. Probably because
strike.
there's this big strike going
It's
on.
the strike.
And
And
we've been talking about that ad
Gamers are
nauseam.
voting on 25th.
talk shows are going
We
back.
did talk about the game. Yeah, I know. I
Well,
thought
talk
about
shows-
talking about Drew Barrymore, but I was like, do I really care about Drew Barrymore?
What is she doing? Are she allowed
She's
to go
bringing
back?
her talk show back.
Is
She and like a
breaking
whole
the strike?
some other people.
Well,
Did
yeah.
they
everybody does.
not? Did she stop the talk show? When was this?
I thought talk shows were okay.
Well, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I guess we're going to talk about it. So,
I thought talk shows were allowed in the strike. Are they not?
well, your writers aren't allowed to write for your talk show. So most
Right.
talk shows,
Okay.
most talk shows need writers to write content for their talk show host to read, right?
So she's doing it without them.
Well, yeah. So
how are
apparently
people
most of
feeling?
it was pre-done before the strike. So most of the shows that were pre-scheduled to have done or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I didn't read too much into it. It felt like boring content, and I
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
want to
little boring.
bore our listeners. But apparently you guys are interested in.
We
why
have some
Drew
great
Barrymore-
stuff going on at CouchSoup, though.
Yeah, come watch CouchSoup.
Well, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about. Good segue, Stephanie.
Good
That's why you're
segue,
here.
Steph.
I got you.
Yeah, no, I kind of want to take a minute to thank everyone that watches this show and supports CouchSoup. And
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
the four of you standing in front of us that we captured you and make you sign up. No, it's kind of one of those things. Like we don't talk about it enough. We're not real big. We're not real good at selling things. Like it feels weird when we're like, sign up and click and donate.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, it feels weird, right? Like I don't like doing it. I just kind of like hope.
Yet we're into marketing.
Yeah. No, yeah, we're the worst.
Yeah, we
You
own
guys are
advertising
not
agency.
doing yourselves a favor here in the marketing world plug.
Yeah.
No, we're the worst at marketing.
Drew's the
By
soft
the way.
sell. Let them figure it out.
Yeah,
soft
they're
sell.
smart. If they like it, they'll do
Don't
something.
talk down to them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, right.
Well, on the internet, people apparently need to be talked down to.
Hey, you go buy this shit. Yeah, do it now. That's kind of what we should be saying. But I just wanted to give a moment. I mean, so like we started CouchSoup, out of the kind of ashes of retro replay. We all know Nolan moved to
Which we started out of the ashes of Conman.
which done out of the ashes of Content.
Which was started out of the ashes of Firefly.
Yeah, out of Firefly. Yeah, correct.
So it's a phoenix.
Wow.
It's
So
we're
it's
just
a
keep
phoenix.
rising. We should have named it Couch Phoenix.
Oh,
Couch
Phoenix-
Phoenix.
Couch
Did you
Phoenix
have a
fly.
stroke mid-sentence? You okay?
Yes, I did. No, I.
That's quite the
I mean,
progression.
what did you guys? I mean, how are you guys feeling about CouchSoup? Are you feeling? I'm digging what's going on. I'm feeling good about it. I want to know what you guys are thinking and what gets you excited about like the content other than trailer talk, of course, which is the best show ever.
I'm going to go back to the community. I love all the people, all the writers, everybody nerding out on things. I love the fact that the contributors are getting into like getting press passes at cons and getting big interviews and stuff. I love to see that growth for the community to get that access. So I really feel excited for those peeps. I would like it to be more mainstream. We have to figure that out. We
Yeah.
got to get more people coming to it. But I love the community.
It's a good answer. I like that.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, it's a good story. Stephanie,
I'm here for the content. I love all the content. I love Cracked. I love Screen Smash. I love the Ahsoka Chronicles. I haven't
Yeah.
watched that yet. I'm behind on my Star Wars content. But it's just, I love having all these different varieties and all these different people coming together and creating new content, whether it's talking about something or actually getting scared shitless. It's great to watch, and oh my god, yeah, that's what I think is my favorite part.
Yeah, the content. It's good stuff. Yeah, and it's like fans. It's I don't want to say fans. It's the community coming together to make stuff that they're excited about making, right? And us giving them a platform to do it, right? And helping. I mean, Stephanie. I can't tell how many times like we're there to kind of like, and you're there as an your background's editing. And how many times like people are coming to like, hey, can we help me do this animated title or this really cool intro that we need to kind of give it like that extra pizzazz, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job.
Charge for that.
No, we don't charge for that. Yeah, no, we should. $1 million.
I need like sparkles. I'm like the pizzazz.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sparkles.
yeah, the pizzazz giver. You're like glitter embodied. Yeah.
It's like
I
you're
just
like
need some glitter
Tinkerbell.
on this. Send it to Steph.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm changing my name to Tinkerbell.
Nice.
I love it.
We'll just call you Tink from now
Fully
on.
support it.
That's it. That's your new nickname. Everybody, put it down. It's Tink.
Fully support it.
Tink.
Tink, do you think we can do it?
Pagan has a unique. I'm interested, Pagan. What do you think? Because you have a unique insight on this because you kind of came in as someone like enjoying retro replay and enjoying this content we were making there, and we kind of brought you in more into the fold, and then you decided to do a show called Cracked as well. And I'm just curious, like like how's that been like, and like what would you say to somebody kind of watching this right now and saying like why CouchSoup? Yeah, run.
Yeah.
Stay
No,
far away.
hey.
I haven't seen daylight in
Kill
4
him with
days.
fire. No, it's actually been so much fun, and I've learned so much. And it's like, it's really nice to see, like, what's this called? Like the fruits of your labor type thing. So,
Yeah.
like, I did start out in, like, retro replay, and I started out in the chat, and then we got talking about community position, and that was just, like, so, like, life-changing. I was so over the moon, and I was like, I don't care. I'm going to work all hours into the night, and I'm going to be the best ever. I love you so much. And I still do that.
Yeah.
But
I was just going to say, and that hasn't
I
changed
still
much.
do that. But no, it has been so much fun. I've actually learned so much about like live producing and live streaming, because of course, like I'll host like Trailer Talk today, or I'll do like charity streams for CouchSoup, and then I'll do live streaming for Cracked, and then edit that and upload that to YouTube for the Cracked series on YouTube. So it's actually been teaching me a lot about like the creative process and like how to go from pitching an idea to pulling that idea into fruition, and then like getting feedback, how to handle feedback, how to handle criticism. Like sometimes you might suggest something and I'm like, oh my god, that is genius, I gotta put that in. Or same with Stephanie, like that's amazing, I want that in my show and I gotta do that. But there's other times where you're like, you know what, actually I don't think that fits creatively, I appreciate your input, but I don't like, I think that won't flow as well as this. I think that's really helped me creatively. Like, so I think from coming as a member of the community to becoming like a creative professional in CouchSoup, it's actually been so enlightening and pretty life changing, specifically for the sleep schedule. But mostly it's been really enlightening, and I've learned a lot of skills, and having like face-to-face time with you guys as producers, with Stephanie as an editor, with some of your socials team. Like, it's actually just been really invaluable skills that I probably wouldn't have been learning on my own. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I love to see everybody else becoming creative. Like, I love how like there's a community member, Tyson, who has like pitched and has produced a trailer with you guys, and Dan still has Screen Smash, and Dan and his team are still going with their podcast, and then we've got a new podcast with the Ahsoka the Ahsoka series, and then it's like the catch up. I love to see that. I like to see the community members come together and talk creatively about projects, and then putting those projects into action. It's pretty great.
Yeah, and it's like I think you nailed it with that idea of like collaboration too. I think it's really cool because like it's everybody kind of supports each other. Like, we obviously support from a platform, and like from
support majority. Really support
no, I don't really support this guy, but I support other people.
I don't need no
most
support.
people. And you're a
strong,
like you said,
independent woman. You don't need no man.
you don't need support.
I'm big, black,
Go
and
out
beautiful.
on your own. You can fly, little bird, fly. No, and it's sort of great that we can like help support each other as a production company and a marketing company. We can support creators through like our knowledge and our know-how in that sense, but also the community kind of comes together and supports each other. They kind of, it's like, hey, I'll help with this thing, or I'll do the write-ups, and you do the editing, or I'll host the show, and you do the show notes. So it's sort of like they kind of come together and collaborate and make a show kind of, and we kind of were there to kind of help push them over the ledge a little bit, in the sense of like, you can do this, like you can swim, sink or swim kind of vibe. So it's really been a lot of fun to kind of embrace that as well, and we've been learning a lot too on building in communities and how to support that,
How to do stuff for nothing.
Yeah, which I guess brings us back to like why I'm talking about it is like, if you're enjoying CouchSoup, please kind of go in and check it out. Go to the website. There's at the top of the page, there's a thing called Become a Member. And if you click on that, you can kind of learn a little bit more about the tiers. We have things you can go from as low as like the free membership, which has actually quite a few perks for just giving us
You like giving things away.
I do like giving, because listen, I want you to come and try out our community. I think the coolest thing about our community is how welcoming it is and how cool the people are. And yes, I'm a little biased there, but like, listen, I would call it as it is. If there was a bunch of dickheads in our community, I'd just shut this thing down. But there's not. It's a lot of cool people and a lot of like-minded. Like, I love hanging out on our Zoom calls every month and our monthly AMAs, where we're just kind of nerding out and we talk about like the things we love, like we do on Trailer Talk. Like, we love talking about trailers. And I think that's just so much fun that we can kind of like meet friends and meet like-minded people in a place that doesn't have a lot of vitriol, right? Where you're kind of like someone coming on and be like, hey, have you heard about this crypto garbage, and trying to upsell something stupid, there's just none of that there. Everybody's so authentic and cool. And I don't know. I guess I don't know if am I gushing too much?
Nah, it's okay.
You just want more friends.
I did put out a community poll,
Talk
though,
about
and
somebody
I said,
trying to get more friends.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
It's
Like hanging pork chops around you and send you out to the pet store.
in this new world, you really got to try hard to get friends, in this digital age, and that's the only way I can do it.
put out a little poll in the community. I said, how are you feeling about CouchSoup? And we got, it's soupy. Not soupy enough. Could be soupier, but I love it. And it's good soup. We're tied with good soup, and it's soupy. So awesome. Thanks, guys.
I like how you tiered it.
There's no is
No, 'cause
soupy
you have to
better than
read it.
it's good?
Is soupy the best, or is it's good soup the lowest? Like, how did you rank?
You
those
have to
things?
read it. You see,
good
like when
soup.
you put too many true or falses on the form, and they're all in the
Okay.
same position, and people
Yeah.
aren't even looking at
It's
them anymore. They're just
soupy.
taking boxes. No, sir. You got to read these now. Also, all of them are
okay.
pretty great because it's soupy in it.
Yeah.
It's super.
It's soupy and it's good
Yeah, I'll
soup.
go with that. All right, let's get this show going. Man, I got a hard out at 1 o'clock.
Nice.
What's our first trailer? Bring it in.
Let's go.
Listen. I will pivot when it's time
I
to
will
pivot.
end you.
I will kick you off the show, goddammit. Community be damned. Let's put another poll. PJ in or out?
Don't quit.
No time for your domestics, friends.
Careful what you
The
wish
dads
for.
are fighting.
All right. Now it's time to move on. But thank you. But thank you. I just want to say, really honestly, thank you for everybody that supports CouchSoup. It really means so much. We put a lot of work into it, and it's a lot of fun. And
You put a lot of work into it.
I mean, I do.
You put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think we all do
Hearts.
here on this show. I think we all donate a lot of our free
You just
time.
take my ideas.
No, what? No, you take my idea. No, I do. You actually
share
come up with a lot of good ideas recently.
Yeah, you didn't react to
I didn't
my new
know.
show ideas.
No, I killed them all. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm a show killer.
But you're even afraid to just say no. You just like ignore
I
it.
know. I know. I don't want the confrontation.
I'm like, do I send an email again?
No, it'll
Just keep
go.
sending it. If
It'll
I've
just
learned
go-
anything, PJ, just keep fucking
Send
sending
it to
it.
Drew, right?
I don't care. I'll send it to you in an inbox in 6 times. I don't give a shit. I'll be like, just
Avoidance
respond
is
to me.
Is key.
Maybe if I just forget about it, he will too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it usually does happen that way.
It does. Yeah, we get so busy.
All right.
Oh,
What's the
yeah.
first trailer, Drew?
The first trailer is The Bikeriders. A quick setup on this.
Excellent
the
name.
film follows the rise of a Mid-Eastern motorcycle club through the lives of its members. If you don't know, the film is based on...
Midwestern.
What did I say?
Mid-Eastern.
Oh, I can't... Whatever. Midwest.
It's
I was
Midwestern.
thinking like from Israel and stuff.
So was I. I was like, oh, we're watching a farm film? That's awesome.
Well, there is a Mid-East and like...
You don't call it, when you say
Kentucky
Mid-East,
is kind
you
of
think
Mid-East.
You
Oh,
think
okay.
of
that kind
Iran,
of.
Iraq, all that
No,
over
that's
there.
Middle East. Jesus.
Well, you say, oh, I'm Mid-Eastern. You want to try my souvlaki?
No, you would say Middle Eastern, not Mid-Eastern. Mid-Eastern. Holy
Oh, yeah, you
shit.
might be right.
Dads?
Yeah, I
dads.
know I'm right.
I never
don't
heard.
come
I don't know who says, "Oh, I'm from the Mideast."
Something
Oh, you say I'm from
shiny.
the Mideast.
Yeah, Mid-East. Like you would be
Oh,
like
a
Ohio
word.
would be like
Yeah.
Mid-East almost, you
You'd
know.
think.
Okay, but that's still
St.
not.
Louis.
That's
We
not
should
what
run
this
our
is.
own show stuff.
No,
The
this is
Midwest.
Holy shit. We will watch this trailer one day. And then when that day happens, you will have unsubscribed by then.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
Arabs in the Midwest.
There are, and it's based on a book by Danny Lyon. It was a photography book of the same name, and it's credited as one of the best documentaries of biker culture in the 1960s, and it even predates one of the most famous feature films about bike riding, which is The Easy Rider.
Oh, yes, of course. I know that
motorcycle,
very
right?
well. I
Motorcycle,
watch
yeah.
it regularly.
I thought you were going to
Yes.
say E.T. It's a lot of bikes in E.T., right? They're really right there by taking
Stranger
That
Things.
kind of
Stranger
biking
Things.
community.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's the bicycling
The
community.
teenage
So
biking
this is
community.
motorcycles,
Correct.
Oh.
not cycle bikes.
Not cycle bikes.
You are set.
I thought we were talking
I'm
about
just
the little-
calling it as they call it.
I mean,
I'm
it's
just
a
reading
bike.
it.
That was a
I
bipedal,
guess,
but okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Right.
You just don't have to pedal. It's still a two-wheeled vehicle. you know?
I got it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe they should make
Jeff
scooters.
Nichols directed it.
Yeah, Jeff Nichols, who's famous from Mud, Midnight Special, which was pretty amazing, and Loving, which won a lot of, I think, got some Academy love there. So starring Austin Butler, and I got a big cast here. Austin Butler, who
Hey,
you may
that
know
guy who
from
played Elvis.
Elvis, yeah,
Elvis.
and he's bringing a little bit of Elvis here. Jodie Comer, who you may have recognized from Killing Eve or Free Guy, and Tom Hardy,
I like Tom Hardy.
which
Oh,
you
we
know
love
you
Tom Hardy.
can't get rid of that guy. He's in everything. Inception, The Dark Knight Rises, Mad Max.
Oh,
we,
Norman Reedus.
yeah, well, yeah. I don't know how much he's not in much in the trailer, but I did see him on IMDb, and I know he's a huge biker, like a huge motorcyclist. So
He's scary.
he's
If he was walking down the street, I might go to the other side.
he's
He's
If he
probably
had a
like
crossbow,
the nicest guy
I
ever.
would definitely.
Oh yeah, he's a sweetheart, but scary.
All right,
Scares me.
All
why don't
right.
we watch this baby?
Let's
this
watch
baby.
this
Touching
bad
my
boy.
computer.
Let's go. All right. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play. This might be too loud, actually.
I've been thinking, I can't run this club forever. I built this for nothing. This is our family.
Oh.
You and me, kid.
Ooh, gut punch.
The music
From the beginning?
Yes, please.
I love how he's doing it
It was the golden age of
in
bike
a
riders.
laundromat.
I was one.
And I never felt so out of place in all my life. That's when I saw him for the
Look at
first
that.
time.
Smolder.
It took my breath away.
I'm Benny.
Wow.
took my breath away.
5 weeks later, I married him. I
By the
thought
way,
I could change
that's a
it,
Mid-East
you know?
accent.
Not to be different, but to be, I don't know, like he's wild.
Hey! I told you to take that jacket off. You'd have to kill me to get this jacket off.
Let's not. Oh.
What about the bar? Burn it down.
The club got real big,
saw that
real
scene in
fast.
Yellowstone.
They started running drugs, gambling, prostitution.
Is that what this club is now?
I want you to quit
Oh
writing.
my.
Don't ask that. Benny. I need you.
You can't have him.
If he wants to ride a bike, you ride a bike. Hey, you know, just think it over, you know.
I love that.
He's so intimidating. Like, he could be like the nicest person on the planet, but like Tom Hardy is so
Think
intimidating.
it over, okay? Let's think it over.
It's an interesting voice, right? Isn't that crazy?
This is cool.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
all right, what'd y'all think of the biker epic? Not Easy Rider.
Bike
What is this
Riders.
called?
Bike Riders? The
Thank
Bike
you.
Riders?
I was like, what did you think of Easy
Watch
Rider?
the
That's
show,
not the
man.
trailer we
No,
watched. Yeah.
the Bike Riders.
Yeah. What'd you guys think?
I really like the way that it's done in like clearly an interview style. So he's interviewing the wife, or maybe widow, or whoever. Like he's interviewing Jodie Comer, and I think that's a really cool style. I like that layout. I really like that structure of a film where they're going back and forth into like the past and stuff. I like it. I think like the music sounded awesome. I really like the soundtrack for this. I think the characters look really interesting. Tom Hardy is such a baller. Like I fucking love that man. He's so cool, but he doesn't need to do anything. Like he doesn't need to do anything, and he's still the most intimidating person in the room. Even with the way he speaks and everything. Like you don't mess with him. I love that. I can't wait to see that. I think I'm very interested in this. I don't even like bikes all that much. My dad has been riding motorcycles since he was a child. Yeah, like he's a big motorcycle head, but I am not into this. And yet I would still watch this. I think this looks really interesting. It's got drama. It's got intrigue. It's got intimidation. Gang war. I love it. I think it looks good.
Gangs, fire, all that stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. And Tom Hardy.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I was not expecting that voice to come out of that. I'm like, I was thinking back to like Bane and his voice and like just how like guttural it was, and then you hear this and it's like, oh, that's just a Chicago accent. Like that's he's in deep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's going for it.
He is.
I love
What
that
else
it's
did
also
you like?
based on true events. True events movie stuff, like really, I love that. I love watching that stuff.
Yeah. You kind of hope, you know, and the realism. You always wonder, like, what's. I mean, unless you kind of, I guess, do the research or go get the book or whatever.
Sure.
But you always wonder like, how much liberty they take here. But I mean, what did you think, PJ?
I grew up in my uncle owned a Harley Davidson dealership in Syracuse in the 60s,
shit.
70s,
Oh, wow.
and 80s. So there's a lot of bikes there.
Yeah.
I had a cousin, another part of the family, got killed on a motorcycle, got decapitated.
Got decapitated.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, at
brought
least
the
he went
head and the
fast.
helmet. Like it was.
Oh.
So bikes at my house were kind of like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like they were a bad thing. I would watch this movie though. I love the way it's shot. I love everything about it. The characterization of Tom Hardy looks awesome. Butler's too pretty for me, but he looks good here. Here's my issue. As far as the story went, a lot of the elements were cliche. I didn't see something. Oh, I never saw that before.
Yeah.
But now maybe because it's based on a true story, but they didn't go out of their way to let me see something new. I've seen this story before. I'm going to watch it. It looks unbelievable, but I was kind of hoping for like a really cool moment that didn't come.
Yeah, I feel you there too. It kind of like there's like even that moment in the bar where
You know what's happening there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everything.
He got beat up, and then they all come back and burn the bar down. I mean,
Yeah.
even that was like done in Yellowstone. With any sort of gang that you don't mess. It's just like a proof you don't mess with these guys. But it does feel like a little bit on rails. Like you join it for a community, but that community or that gang kind of then now like they get into like unlawful things, and then
But not the CouchSoup community. Just
If it wasn't for the
a-
casting, would it be interesting to you?
yeah, probably not.
point.
Right?
Yeah,
If it
good
wasn't for
point.
Tom Hardy doing his Tom Hardiness here,
Like every time he was on the trailer, I wanted to watch it.
yeah, you can tell there's a lot of intrigue there,
But
and
no really cool bike
and Jodie
shots.
Comer I think is doing like
I didn't recognize her for a second.
Yeah,
pretty
she's
interesting.
amazing.
She looks awesome. Because I mean, there's a lot of different looks of her. Like you can see her like in the, I guess what is this, the 60s or 70s?
70s, it looks
60s.
like. Oh, maybe it is, yeah.
Her playing like kind of the shy, coy, all the way down to later in the movie where she's like kind of like a little hardened. You can tell she's gone through it, and the way she even holds herself is different. So I think this feels pretty strong. I mean, I'm weird about biker gangs, guys, and walk with me here.
Because you always wanted to be in one?
Well, I think bikes are super cool, right? Like I'm always like, man, I would definitely ride bikes. Like I have a need for speed in a way, right? But like the whole biker gang mentality thing, I don't know why. I just can't take it seriously. I don't know why biker gangs are intimidating to people. Like I always think I'm in a car. Like if a guy on a bike is messing with me, I just run him over, right? Like he can't do it. Like I'm in a car. Like I'm in a.
But when after you run him over, you pull in the parking lot and 40 of his friends
50 of
all
his
get
buddies.
around you. with
Yeah,
guns
but then
and
I'm
sticks.
still in a car, and I mean, I don't know. I'm always sort of like, you're in a bike, like I'm in a car. I'm trying to understand. Like I have way more ability to hurt you than you do me.
I think it's just people in a bike gang were always thought of as tougher.
Right.
They got a really bad drug dealing reputation in the 70s and 80s. They moved a lot of meth through the United States way back in the early days.
How much meth could you put on a bike?
You could probably
Probably
find
a
ways
lot.
to,
Enough to fuck up some people, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean an RV now. Like you get an RV gang. You could put a lot of
An
a lot
RV
of
gang,
meth in
it's
an
all
That
like
RV
the
gang, like,
early
it's
Like
You're
yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
Millers, but
a lot of dads,
marijuana.
a lot of dad bods in an RV gang.
the early retirees.
Okay, a 70s motorcycle gang versus a Russian mob crew.
Now you're talking. I'd take the Russians.
They seem to be a little more ruthless. Eh?
Yeah,
In the movies, anyways.
right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
One
mean,
thing
just-
I,
Yeah, go ahead.
Although
Sorry.
John Wick's Russians versus
That's true. John Wick wiped the floor with those guys.
Truth.
It depends. One thing I will say, I was expecting, because I went through and I was researching the book a little bit this morning, and it's renowned for its like black and white photography, so I was a little bummed to see this shot like at least or color corrected to be all in color. Like I was kind of hoping for some like cool edgy like black and white shots. I think that would have added to the film, given it a different kind of taste and like
they gave it that old Kodachrome washed look though, that where it all goes
Yeah,
yellow.
and I like
Sometimes,
that, but I feel like it needs, or at least like I'm hoping that there are like in some sections maybe some like cool
I don't
like
think they have
shots.
them.
I don't know, like
Yeah, you're not getting that, are you? Yeah.
I think it's
No,
going to be a
'cause
damn good story though. But
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure,
There's a
yeah.
lot of things like you mentioned that I think they missed.
Yeah, I mean, does the biker is and going back? Like, I mean, you see Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's doing his thing. Elvis or Austin Butler is a biker Elvis.
Yep.
He's dreamy here. He's definitely got like he definitely looks a little James Deanish, right? Like
He
I'm
looks
getting
a
a
little
little
bit.
James.
Deanie.
Yeah, like it's,
honestly,
I'm-
that's what I thought of.
yeah,
when-
it's
Yeah.
no.
Little of that.
Yeah, he's got the like the smolder going. I mean, are we really? I mean, like you nailed it. Like, are we here? Are you guys going to even? Is the biker story here going to be intriguing, or are we just here to watch these like a master class in acting from Butler, Comer, and
They're definitely half the reason I'm watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1000% they're the reason I'm watching it. It's like The Fight. Was it called The Fighter with Christian Bale and Tom Hardy and
yeah,
Yeah.
good
Tom
movie.
Hardy?
Yeah.
surprisingly
I think
good.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's-
yeah.
it's incredible. Actually, I don't know if Tom Hardy's in that one. He's in The Warrior. But still, I wasn't interested in the in the context of the movie, I was interested in the acting, the performances of like Amy Adams and Christian
That's
Bale.
why they make the big
And
money.
that's why I went to see it. This is probably the same. This is going to be like, I want to see Austin Butler, I want to see Jodie Comer, and I want to go see Tom Hardy in this.
And it's also like a different experience than what we normally get, and it's I don't know. I was like thinking about like I don't know why when you asked that, but like Vin Diesel and he's like family. Like I feel like this is like
Yes, totally.
This is totally what
You can
this
see the
movie is,
memes
like, their
already, like
community.
of Hardy going, "Family, we're here for family." Like how, and then you have Vin Diesel, family, and they just need to do the crossover event of the century
Yes.
where
Yes.
Fast Furious and the Bikeriders come together. To
Did you see
fight
they want to do
evil.
a crossover between Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park?
No,
What?
but
Because
Oh, I thought it
no,
was gonna be that
not
impressive.
even dinosaurs can
What?
stop this family.
that I mean, listen, they already went to space. Why not back in time? Or
Why
I
not?
guess Jurassic Park.
They
and
went to space.
Who is
Yeah. Number 9. I
oh
think.
gosh, why am I blanking on his name? But he did a bunch of like old movies back in the day. There's one like I think they used some of his movies in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Totally not explaining this, but he was like I think a race car driver, and then
Steve
like,
McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
Oh, Steve
Like this kind of is
McQueen.
also
Okay.
giving me like Steve McQueen.
Yeah,
like,
actually a
I
little
love
bit.
meets
Steve
James
McQueen.
Dean vibes.
Yeah, I could get you
Papillon.
that.
Did you ever see Papillon?
No.
With him and Dustin Hoffman. Fuck, it's a good one.
Really?
You've never seen Papillon?
No.
I've seen a
That's
different
what you're
Papillon.
watching this weekend.
Yeah, I guess
No,
so.
don't
'Cause
watch the
love,
remake. Don't watch the
I
remake.
love Dustin Hoffman.
You
He's
watch
incredible.
Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman in
Yeah.
Papillon.
What he did in Rain Man was just incredible. Well, I guess, it feels like we all know where we stand. I mean, just one more note. Jeff Nichols he was slated to direct A Quiet Place and then left the sequel to A Quiet Place and left that to do this. So obviously this is very passionate
Good for him.
about this.
Yeah.
He wrote and I think he's the writer on this as well.
I bet you it's going to be a really good story.
Yeah.
I bet it's going to be a really good
Yeah,
story.
this feels like Oscar. Like
Oh, yeah.
we're checking the
Oh, yeah.
boxes here for these
Air
guys.
conditioner off. My God.
No. Go get a hoodie, a CouchSoup hoodie.
It's so cold my bowels are moving.
Don't know how I feel about that. Maybe we
Yeah,
do
you're
turn
going
it
to
off.
feel in a minute or two.
No. Oh God.
What's that smell?
Yeah. All right.
In
Well,
the new
we'll
game.
real quick poll. Will you go see it? And do you think the audience is going to show up for this? Go.
Both yes.
Both yes for Pagan.
I don't know if the audience is going to show up.
Is it?
I'll
is
watch it,
theater
but I don't
only?
know if it's going to be a big theater movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a theater film.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch it
Only
in
in
the
theaters, yeah.
theaters.
Although
If
it'd
it
probably be
came
better
to-
in the movie theater.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know
agree.
my theory on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
December
I think yes
1st.
for both too.
Okay.
I think definitely for the Oscars. I think it's up there.
That's why its release date is then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so December 1st. It's coming out. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I think it'll depend on what else is coming out around that time, and I don't have that in front of me. But I think people are clamoring for these more, I don't know, what do you call them? Story-driven stories?
Dramas?
Dramas. Thank you.
Movies?
Is a good. Yeah, less superhero,
Film?
more sort of like.
Yeah.
Non-superhero movies?
Yeah, yeah.
Cinematic
Anything but
excellence.
Marvel?
Anything but Marvel
Yeah.
is sort of like, I think, the vibe where people are kind of clamoring, as we could see from Oppenheimer and Barbie. So, yeah, I think this might actually do pretty good. And if it gets good reviews, I think that'll kind of determine whether or not it does.
Yeah.
well.
All right, what's up next, Captain?
Well, before we get into that, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to watch No One Will Save You. I have to say it like that. I don't know why.
And we're back.
Yay!
Yay.
I love time travel.
Hey.
Time travel's
So
great.
good. So much fun. Drew, do we have another trailer?
We do. So
What is it, Drew?
From 20th Century Studios, No One Will Save You is an action-packed face-off between Bryn and a host of extraterrestrial beings who threaten her future while forcing her to deal with her past.
Oh, I love anything with
Okay.
aliens.
Is this a
Yeah.
comedy or is it,
No,
like
it's
is this
an
like
action-packed face-off.
Oh,
That's an action-packed face-off.
Where did you read that?
Wow.
An action-packed face-off.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I did read that. Written and directed by Brian Duffield, who did Love and Monsters, The Babysitter, and
Oh.
the Divergent series. So, not. I mean, Love and Monsters. All right.
Divergent
I like Love and Monsters.
Yeah,
The Divergent
it's pretty-
series, meh. The Babysitter, I didn't watch, but I hear was fun.
It's actually pretty
Isn't
fun.
that the
Yeah, it's
one-
actually pretty fun.
was that a Netflix thing?
yeah.
Or is that something else? Because I think I've watched that. Or no, it's
I'm
on
trying to
Netflix.
think.
That's not. Never
Kaitlyn
mind.
Dever.
Yeah, so Kaitlyn Dever, who most people probably recognize her
Oh, no, it
from Booksmart, is starring in this. But she, deeper cut, people may know her from the girl in Justified season 3, I believe. She played the daughter of one of the bad guys, and was pretty prominent.
And this is called The Holdovers.
I really liked
No,
Kaitlyn.
this is called No One Will Save You.
This is called
What's that?
Nolan.
You just
That's a fake.
Typo.
Check your own notes.
I don't. I just look at yours.
I know.
Caitlin Dever as well was in a film called Unbelievable. Would highly recommend watching that. That was over on Netflix. That'll actually be my recommendation.
Booksmart was great.
Unbelievable.
And
was really
Rosalind.
good.
The dialogue
And
of
Rosalind was
Booksmart
good.
was awesome.
She was actually also like highly recommended. Like a lot of the fans wanted Caitlin Dever to play Ellie in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
But I
Oh.
think she's slightly too old.
Interesting.
So. But she would have been perfect, and I feel like if anybody knows her in like other shows and things, everyone's like, "Oh God, what a missed opportunity!" She's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, and then if you don't remember, she played Nathan Drake's daughter in
That's right, Cassie
Uncharted
Drake.
4.
in Uncharted.
Oh, you're right.
So a lot of Uncharted fans may recognize that.
Good thing.
So yeah. So
All right, count her down. I'm excited.
Yes.
There's aliens.
All right.
Bring the aliens. Bring the
First and
aliens.
3, 2, 1, play.
Pelman hit. Called it.
No one. will
Ooh.
see.
Hulu original.
Oh,
Yes. Don't think you'll be sleeping well tonight, miss. Oh no.
6
They're
million
over
home invasions.
1.65 million home invasions per year.
I don't like
All
that.
of them by aliens.
No, thank you. No, I'm good.
that's not something you want to wake up to.
Is this a horror? Did you make me watch a horror trailer?
No.
No,
No, of course not, Pagan.
But that sound, that's very
On the
dramatic.
roof like that?
Oh.
This
No.
one is different. Is it an abduction?
Ooh. I got you guys. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's not gonna help you, but
It
okay.
knocked.
It was polite.
Who gets under the bed?
Why is it?
I mean,
Okay. I'm okay.
You
with
do
the
what
fact
you
that
gotta
it's
do,
This
PJ.
looks like a
CGI.
horror
Are you
movie.
sure this isn't a comedy?
Oh,
Cause she. Oh.
Oh, I
that
missed that.
sucks.
that was a door to the face.
She was dreaming? Oh, those phones.
Hello.
I know. Those phones.
Did she time travel? Oh no.
Oh, what happened? Oh no, thank you.
Oh. Not a comedy. Not a comedy. It's not funny. No.
I'm totally watching this.
Oh.
Oh, those knives scare me.
Uh-oh. Are the blankets gonna help, really?
No, thank you.
I mean,
It's in the house.
oh no, it's got magnets.
For telekinesis magnet.
Oh.
I'm so
Do I get
confused.
to see the aliens?
Oh,
Don't go into the light.
Interesting.
love that.
That's
title.
a horror movie.
Oh
There's the alien, PJ.
No.
Oh my god.
So
Is that a
fast.
series or a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, I wish I was a series.
Uh-huh.
That's a horror movie.
It's a sci-fi action-packed face-off between. Remember? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, it's a sci-fi spin. Like, I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's taking this idea of a home invasion film, right? A home invasion type of movie, but putting a sci-fi spin on it. No One Will Save You. What do you think? All right, silence is definitely.
I'm so conflicted.
It didn't give me
seems
the.
okay.
Oh, I'll watch it. I loved it. It didn't give me the alien vibe though. It gave me a horror movie vibe. But like, I kind of wanted the alien thing and figured it out.
saw
But
it
I'll
a few
watch it.
times.
I'll watch it. I couldn't see it. This light's too bright, so when it's dark over there, it's dark.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I liked it. I don't know what I didn't like about it. Like, it's too horror for me. I'll watch it, but I was in the mood for an alien trailer. Kind of got me into an alien.
You
trailer.
wanted more sci-fi, less
Yes.
horror.
There you go. That's what I wanted. Thank you for articulating that.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, I'm here for you. What do
This
you guys
kind of
think?
felt like Signs. Have you seen
Yeah.
Signs?
bit.
This is giving me hella Signs vibes because I feel like look, the alien itself I didn't actually find very scary, except for the last bit there at the end. And I don't like the sound of like something coming up from behind me. And we've seen this in video games as well. Like I just don't like that sound. It just freaks me out and makes me panic. So I didn't love that at the end. That sucked. But mostly like whenever you saw a glimpse of them, like when it knocked on the door and then like she went under the bed, I was like, oh my god, I'm terrified. And then I saw the CGI of whatever like got on the bed and I was like, oh, I'm not at all terrified now. So it felt like such a conflicting trailer. Like it felt like a lot of horror, but whenever I saw the thing that was supposed to be scary, I was like, no, this is not as scary as I thought it would be. So I don't know, it feels weird. It feels like it's undecided between an alien and between a
It's
sci-fi
like, what is
and
it?
a
Is
horror.
it chasing to kill her? Like it didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, what's the point of it? Like, what? Like, what's the idea? Is
Well, we did see a glimpse of like people being like strung up by a tree.
True,
and
that was
not
fucked
in
up.
Not in a good situation. So I don't think she wants to be captured by an
Is
alien.
it like is it a psychological play on the fact that like when you have had a house invasion or a home invasion, that like you do think that like obviously your safe space is completely broken. I've been robbed. Like I've had this safe space taken away from me, so I can identify with like those feelings of like someone alien was in my home, and that's weird to me. So I understand that. Like I kind of like the psychological play on that. I just don't know about the execution.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of on it the same thing with like the execution, because to me it felt like a little cheesy. Like in the beginning, there are over 1.65 million home invasions per year. And
yeah.
like, did we need that? Like, you could have just given me like, I feel like even too like showing the alien in the beginning was maybe like a bad call. Like you could allude to that there's something there that you don't see it, and that kind of goes into the horror movie vibes. Because there's a lot of times where I felt like I'm like, okay, like, should I be scared? I'm kind of like laughing a little bit. Like, I don't know if that's like a nervous laugh too, because like that's something I do with like scary movies. But then at the same time, like I was just kind of like, this does feel a little like hokey. And like, does she live alone? Like, does she have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or like parents? Like, does she live at home? Like, why is this girl like living in such a big house by herself too? First of all, like, what's the context here?
We need the aliens POV. Maybe like they double booked the Airbnb and the aliens.
Maybe.
They double booked. It's like, yes. Does this have the pool we requested?
And the design of the alien, I think, is a little weird. Like, I think at the end there, where it's like kind of running at her, I think that was kind of a better
Steph, didn't
design.
it look almost like kind of like the Mind Flayer from Stranger Things?
A little bit, yeah.
Right?
And it also, like, when it jumped on the bed in the beginning, I was like, this seems like very like true, like what everyone thinks like the little green guys.
Little aliens look like, yeah.
I kind of wanted a little creativity on the design.
So do you think if an alien comes to Earth, is going to spend the time breaking into that house and scaring the shit out of that little girl?
No.
Here's my thoughts actually, right? Like I think the trailer is doing something, but I actually think the film is gonna hit hard with some kind of psychological issue. Like either it's actually her all doing this in her head or something like that. Like I think there's a reason it starts out with there's 1.65 million home invasions a year. I think there's a full reason, like psychologically, about like what a home invasion does to you that leads to this kind of fruition of the sci-fi story. So I think there's going to be a point. I just don't think the trailer was well executed to get that across. Maybe.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think there might be more here than meets the eye. Real quick, I thought this was a really good trailer in the sense from a sense that there's no dialogue in the entire trailer.
Oh,
like
good.
you don't
Yeah,
hear.
good point.
There's no voiceover. She doesn't say a single word.
True.
It's all based on like sounds and visuals, like her look, like of terrified or her.
Is she mute?
I don't know. We don't know, right? I don't think so. I mean, we hear her scream, I believe. But I love that idea, and I love the idea of sort of like the head fake idea, where it's sort of like, you're kind of thinking, is this a home invasion film or a horror movie? But then it kind of leans into this alien vibe, which is very interesting. My only concern is if it does, to your point, Pagan, if it doesn't have that nuance and it goes more into the Signs vibe, where it's like, these aliens can be killed by water, and you're like, why did you come to a planet that's 90% water, right?
You aren't very smart.
Yeah. So I just hope it's smarter than Signs, in the sense that, like, because your point, we're all like, if you're a sci-fi nerd, you're kind of asking questions, why here,
Gotta
why
bring your
now?
A game.
And if they're not kind of answering some of those questions and diving too deep into the psychological, then sci-fi nerds are going to be like, and so I think it's got to kind of do a lot of work, kind of helping lift both sides.
It
of
must
this.
be though, because like even when we're watching the trailer, even PJ picked it up and was like, "What is the point? They just came down to Earth to like terrorize this woman," and that's just what I think is like.
Yeah.
That's going.
It's
That
just a
is
chase
the point.
movie until she kills it.
Yeah, I think that's
Then
the
I'm gonna
point
be
though. I
mad.
think that
Killed or
if this is a
abducted.
psychological thing because whatever's happened to her, so it feels really isolating. So maybe that's why this thing is quote unquote tormenting her. Now, if I'm completely wrong and this film is just like a science film and it's like a home invasion by aliens and then at the end there's some kind of defeat, I would be really disappointed. I'd be like, well, there could have been a really cool psychological like twist here or really cool clever plot twist that you could have put in here and you didn't,
Yeah.
and it's a missed opportunity. So I would watch this movie out of intrigue alone, but I won't pay to see it.
Okay.
There are some interesting things. I think like there's when she walks up, I don't know if it's her house or somebody else's house, like a neighbor's house, and there's like all these people standing outside looking up and they've got their hand up. And then there's kind of like like you pointed out, like there's some like Vecna weird things going on with like the neck and the head and the eyes. Like it just looks very creepy. But then there's also like this mist. And then
Yeah, very Independence Day kind of like hidden ship in the
yeah, and then I'm trying to find it. There was also like the shot of the, I don't know, the orb, the thing that the light that's
Yeah.
like picking up some guy, and she's like sitting on the ground and then running away.
yeah.
True.
So
Well, it's cool because it's leaning on a lot of like alien tropes, right? It feels very like beam me up, the sort of like beam me up light, and even the look
design
of
of the alien. Yeah.
yeah, it's very like standard what we all know as of a.
You
which
guys talked me out of watching it now.
talked you out of watching it? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, I'm gonna wait now to see what other people say.
Here's my thought. I think I was reading just a little bit about this, and the director. So this was originally going to be a theater release by Fox.
I'd like to see that theater.
But Disney obviously bought Fox, and it's now going straight to Hulu because Disney has a big partnership in Hulu, and they're trying to
Need
do the
content.
streaming thing, right? What's that?
Sure.
Content.
Yeah, they need the content. So my thought is this might actually be, in a sense, like this could be the. Who remembers Predator? The Predator film that came. What was that called?
Predator.
Was it just
Prey?
called Predator? Prey.
It's called Prey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Even the
Dan
latest one.
Trachtenberg, right? Didn't he
The
do
late
that?
one. The one that we just had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the most recent one,
That
Prey.
was good.
So yeah, it was really good, right? And it kind of felt like that should have probably been a theater movie, right? And it was
Sure,
very
yeah.
artistic and in the sense it felt small, like in the sense of like it's one girl, an Indian girl, like not a lot of characters in this film versus like a single monster predator. And it's doing it in a different way, right? Like in this different scenario. And even the way she fought the predator was slightly different. I'm wondering if this might be the Prey of alien movies. You know what I'm saying? Where it's trying to like bring something small, like a smaller story into a larger context. Like imagine the aliens have already taken, like imagine it's World War Z or not World War Z, but War of the Worlds. They're already conquering Earth. Now they're making their way into the farmlands, kind of vibe, and she's, has to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking it's very the Cloverfield vibe.
Cloverfield was great. Actually, I think 10 Cloverfield Lane.
10
is probably the
Cloverfield Lane.
best,
Thank you.
Like
Yeah.
sci-fi film that I've seen in a very. I still think about that film. I think
Yeah.
it's just with John Goodman. Fuck.
Yeah, with John
What a
Goodman and.
film. So
Good movie.
So this also gives me that vibe where I feel like even though if she may
Yeah.
win, it's still a loss. You know what I'm saying? The larger world is still in vain and having a problem. So I don't know. I'm kind of more intrigued at what they're trying to do, and I really want to give this a go. And I think I'm going to definitely check this out.
So this is actually out pretty soon. This is 22nd. This is next week Friday.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Also, I love the title design.
us
How
know.
they stretch it out.
Yeah, it matches
Yeah,
the
that's cool.
alien guy.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really
Yeah,
cool.
I think I'm torn whether I'm gonna watch this movie or not. I think too, like because I've watched her in so many comedies lately, like my mind is just so stuck on the comedy
Comedy?
factor, and I need
Yeah.
to like be like, no, this isn't that at all. So it's like I keep on waiting for her to say like some like quip, like like one line or. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It is interesting. It's not my kind of a movie normally, but maybe I'll watch it on Hulu. We'll see.
Yeah. I think
We
this will
don't
be a
have to do
fast,
this,
like,
so.
hour. I don't feel like this is going to be like a 2.5 hour epic.
I hope not.
Like, I think this is going to be a pretty lean hour and 40-minute kind of movie.
Yeah.
So I think this could be a good Sunday night or Friday night kind of scare film.
Alright.
You know, but yeah, I hear you guys. I don't. Are you still on the? Are you still out of it? Did I talk you back into it? No, you're
You
out.
might watch it.
You might watch it.
You maybe want to watch Prey again though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
Thanks.
film.
Well, there you go. I got. There's a win there
There's
anyway.
something.
there was accomplishment there.
All right. So I mean, looks like I'm the only one on this one, but that's okay. I'll report back on CouchSoup.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay.
Let us know.
Let us know. And then we have a few minutes. I know we have a hard out here for PJ at 1, but what are you guys watching, Recco? What's making you happy right now?
I'm not watching much.
No,
I've
that's
been
a
doing
shame.
a lot of Mid-Journey.
Which is an AI, by the
I'm
way.
learning creative prompts. I let my creative prompt go. I'm really enjoying it. I've been doing all kinds. But I got a book reco.
Oh,
Oh,
that's,
I'd love
that's
to hear it.
absolutely okay.
I'm early into the book. It's by a Dutch author, and me being Dutch, I'm kind of into the Dutch.
Yeah.
It's finally been translated in English.
Okay.
And it's called Flip Thinking.
Flip thinking.
That doesn't sound
Cool.
like a. That
It's a
sounds like a
business
business book. Yeah. Okay.
And it's about, and it's not just business but life too, about how we as people tend to approach problems the wrong way, and you got to flip it.
Yeah.
It's a good book. So far, it's a good book.
I'll flip it. I flip it for real.
Flip Thinking. That's what I'm reading.
Flip thinking. Can you give me an example of how to flip think?
No,
Yeah, it's a good book.
no.
Recommend it.
He's only early into it.
There's
He did
so
say-
much. I'm
he
trying,
did say he was only
I
early
haven't
into
been
it.
able to put it into a cohesive thought yet to be able to say it properly. And I'm early into the book. It's the idea of no, I don't have it.
No, yeah, don't. And where can
No,
you pick
I've
this
got
book up
nothing.
where you can
I'm
flip
listening
think?
to it.
Oh, okay. So it's an
Yeah, it's an
audible,
audible.
Oh,
audible
it's
book.
audio. Oh,
All right, audio book.
okay.
Well, that's a good reco, PJ. Hopefully next time you'll be able to give us a flip think.
Yes.
Be able to
It's good for me because I'm the guy that's always trying to,
Yeah.
like, everything is a problem. I got to fix it, trying to prevent problems, and it's kind of like don't
Instead, you
approach
should
problems
cause
that
problems.
way.
Is that how you
No,
flip
it's
it?
just like we all say yes but, right?
Right.
Yes, that's yes but.
Right.
And it's like, well, no. Look, it's a problem.
It's either yes or it's
a problem.
right.
And now let's do this.
Right.
Right. So it's about
Right.
not getting so freaked out over the problem and using it as an opportunity to change.
Man,
it.
I
It's
hope
yes
that-
and. It's improv.
Really
It's
think so.
thinking.
It's literally improv.
man.
Just take an improv class.
Yeah,
and
it's
you'll be
fucking,
good.
it's improv. It's not yes but, it's yes and. Like,
Well, they
one
talk
thing's
about improv. They talk a little bit about improv
that's
in the
fine.
beginning.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe
good.
listen to it twice.
Good rules of improv.
I told you I just started and I like it. That's all.
Just throwing
I've been
it out
playing
there.
Okay.
mid-journey all night long.
Sounds like a video game. Stephanie, what are you watching? What do you recommend?
So I mean, I talked about this last week, but like, I hate this wait of every week for an episode to come out for Only Murders in the Building. I'm like, I
I really
need
wanna
more
watch
Meryl
that.
Streep now, and Steve Martin, Martin Short, Nathan Lane. I need it now. Selena Gomez, perfect. But I forgot to mention this last week, because it's totally out of, like, I feel like my age zone. But it's called You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. It's
Is that
Oh,
any good?
Adam Sandler
I see it on Netflix
Adam
all the
Sandler's.
time.
and his
It was
daughter.
actually really cute, and it's not his typical, like, kind of a movie, and so it was different, like, and it was
Okay.
cool to see his daughters on screen. Like, I know it's a little nepotism thing, but like, it's still cool, like, but it was such a cute little story. So I liked it, and it was colorful, and it was fun. It felt like a very good, like, coming of age movie. So
Yeah.
if you have teenagers who want to watch
Yeah,
a movie,
I watched the first 2 minutes. There was too much yelling and screaming. I'm like, oh god, I got enough of this. I don't need any more of this.
Awesome. And where can you find that on Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Nice. And what's that called?
You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah.
That's
I wanna
that's a
see that.
mouthful.
It's a, yeah,
It's a long title.
it is.
Put that up there for a bad title rank.
Yes.
All right, Pagan, what are you recommending?
I have been playing a very chill game because if you're watching Cracked, it's stressful as fuck,
chill.
and it's not good for my health. Okay, it's not good for my health.
It's not good for my heart.
It's not good for my heart.
But it's good for the
I
rest
only
of
have a
us.
little heart, okay? So I've been playing a game that has been very well loved by a lot of people for very many years, and I've just never really gotten into it. And this year is my fucking time to shine. It's called Stardew Valley. Have you heard?
Oh,
of
Okay.
yes. It's
Yeah.
a
It's a
cute little
really
game.
cute pixelated farming sim. It's just so cute, and I'm addicted. Like I can't stop
love
playing
farming
this game. It's
sims.
so cute. Yeah, I really like it so far. I know that there's so many people who are being like, "Oh my god, Pagan, this game has been out for however many years and you never played it." Like, yeah, well, shut up, okay? I'm playing it now, and it's really nice and it's just really relaxing and very, very cute. Kaitlyn Dever, like I said, was in a movie called Unbelievable. I think that's still on Netflix. If it is, feel free to go watch it. I think that is a very, very good fucking film. It is about a girl who reports a rape, and it's Kaitlyn Dever's character, and she's not believed. And then it kind of unfolds that there is like a serial rapist.
What was that one called?
Oh,
Unbelievable.
I'll have to watch that.
Oh.
Unbelievable. And you know, so and then like it unfolds that there's like other cases in different counties or wherever, like there's like some sort of serial rapist going around, and it's kind of how people's stories are interpreted by different people. So who is investigating? Are they female or male? How was the story reported? What's the background of the person who's reporting the story? I thought that was just such a really hard-hitting film, and it's just done brilliantly, so I would really recommend it.
Wow. All right. Where's that? Where can we watch it?
Netflix.
I watched it on Netflix, so I think it is
Okay.
still on Netflix, but it's called Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What do you got, Captain?
Yeah, I recently binged and finished Justified Primeval, and I was a big fan of the original Justified series. It ran from 2010 to 2015 on FX. Stars Timothy Oliphant,
Yes.
Walton Goggins, who a lot of people know now. He's pretty up there and famous. Natalie Zia played his Timothy Oliphant's wife, Raylan Givens. It's based on Elmore Leonard's novels, and Primeval is kind of like a sequel to Justified, where Justified took place in like the backwoods of Kentucky,
Where you're from?
Yeah, where I'm from, actually. Yeah, and not the backwoods, but I know of the woods. There are woods.
I
that
know
live-
of them. They have a
know
back.
them. They are there, and it pit Timothy Oliphant character Raylan Givens versus Boyd Crowder, who's played by Walter Goggins, and they were coal miners in their day. It was sort of like, and they took two different paths. Like Raylan became a U.S. Marshal. Boyd became like a criminal, like kind of like a king, like on his way to becoming like a Kentucky kingpin, kind of in the drug world. Where Primeval takes place a little bit afterwards. It takes place in Detroit, and it's a different version of Raylan. Like he's a little bit like hardened from what happened in Kentucky, and it starts with his daughter on a road trip. And it's played by his real life daughter in the
You have
show.
to watch the first one.
No, you don't. You can jump
Okay.
right into this.
Okay.
It's pretty cool if you're into like cop dramas or like where bad guys are very bad, you know, and there's not a lot of nuance, you know, like there's
Bad
good.
Lieutenant.
What's that?
Remember the show Bad Lieutenant? the
No, I
movie?
never watched that.
Oh, with Harvey Keitel? You never
No,
watched that?
no.
Yeah, don't
Oh.
have the kids watch it.
Don't- yeah,
Or the wife.
But it's a cool show. Like Timothy Oliphant was born for this role. He plays like this
He's
like
great.
U.S. Marshal, has like hard morals that work really well. But he's also kind of like he's quick to shoot from the hip, you know, and ask questions later, which is pretty like kind of like a lot of makes him very formidable. So it's a great show. Go check it out. And it's got if you're a fan of the first Justified, watch to the very end. It's got an incredible teaser, hopefully for a future season, where it kind of brings back a lot of our favorite characters from the first season. So that's my recommendation. You can watch it on, I believe, on Hulu. It's an FX production, but go check that out.
I will.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I have to go.
Yep, I will see you next time, and I will
Goodbye,
walk us out.
everybody.
Bye, PJ.
PJ.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. That's it for this week, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Trailer Talk. That was PJ who just walked off and said goodbye. Thank you, Pagan. Thank you, Stephanie, for joining us. You can catch us Trailer Talk every week here on YouTube. We go live on Tuesdays at noon. But if you're more like me, I actually like a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and this show is also available wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search Trailer Talk or search CouchSoup if you want to find the rest of our shows as well that we launched this podcast. We also have our other shows, including Pagan's Cracked, which we talked about earlier on the show. You are going live tomorrow, I believe, yes?
We are. I'm going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Irish time, so that's 12 p.m. PST over on CouchSoup's Twitch channel, and that's linked in the description on any of the Cracked videos in the Cracked playlist. And there should be an episode also coming out on Thursday, which was last week's episode that we recorded live, and it's been edited and uploaded for YouTube on Thursday at 2 p.m. PST with the live chat premiere. So
Nice.
hope to see you there.
Yeah. No, it's you're the Resident Evil 4 playthrough is one for the books. It's pretty good.
Thanks.
And then we have Screen Smash, which aired yesterday live on Twitch, but will air on CouchSoup Thursday and on YouTube around, I think, noon or 2. Gosh, I should get these times straight on YouTube. It's always the time zones. They trip me out. Everybody's in different places. And then obviously, if you're watching Ahsoka, which comes out tonight after that last week's episode, OMG, the Ahsoka Chronicles is covering that. You'll see if you're kind of figuring out what the hell's going on. Where is Ahsoka? What is this place that she's in? Where she landed? No spoilers, but it's pretty cool. If you're trying to figure out what's going on in the show, because you didn't watch Rebels or you didn't watch the Clone Wars, I get it. It's a lot of content and you need help. Watch Ahsoka Chronicles. It's a podcast. It's also a show on YouTube. It'll come out ideally in 24 hours. So probably tomorrow afternoon, you'll get the podcast and early on CouchSoup.com. And then on Wednesday, you'll see the YouTube show premiere. So definitely check that out. And in the meantime, we will catch you next time. I appreciate everybody.
Yep.
Thanks, Pagan. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, everybody.
Over there.
Hopefully see you guys next time. Bye.